Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeffrey Goodwin, Jeff Goodwin. I've been trading. I first come across trading in the early 2000s in Glasgow when I was working in psychology, back-to-back bookings, and two guys came to me and said, Jeff, can you help us? I said, help you with what? We're traders and we're really, really struggling. I said, what do you mean by trading? That was it for me. I said, well, we do really well. We're in a big profit, and because of greed, we end up losing it all, or fear of losing out is the other one. Can I just check? Has Emily heard of any of those? Fear or greed? Is everybody here? I'm just trying to see if people have traded. If you have traded before, just please comment below. You have, yep. Just so I know who's in the room, the level. Thank you for that there, Matt. So nobody else has traded, is that correct? No, 21 years, Steve. Woo. You should be here taking the class, Steve. You've been a 21-year trader. Appreciate you being here, taking time out of your valuable day. So you're here for a reason. I promoted on Facebook AI as an introduction to trading. So may I ask, what does it mean to you? Correct, Steve. What does it mean to you when you think of AI or automatic trading? Now, this group are a little bit more lively on the last group last week. I don't know what it was for them. They were a bit quiet. Now, you guys are answering in the chat, so I appreciate that. Yeah, new tech. Steve put less emotional stress. Now, who do you know that just get this again? I come back to what these guys said: the fear or greed. Matt says, "Yeah, taking trades for you. Easier. Basically, it's you give it your rules. Think of it a mechanical way of trading. You decide in advance your rules based on if you've ever been a chef or cooked, it's all about the preparation. And the more time you put into the preparation, the back testing, the forward testing, and lots of other things we'll come into, the better. Now, I'd imagine Steve, being a 21-year trader, would be absolutely spot on with that. Now, who here has traded on whether it be MetaTrader, using EAs or any other platform? There's Mr. Demo coming in the house as well. Who here has traded using AI, EAs, robots, or anything else? Yep, on TradingView. Without giving any of yours, Rowan's did a lot. MT5, Ninja, MT4. I think Demo's did bots as well. Yeah, tell them myself. Now, can I ask you, for those people, Steve, I know you're here to learn, we're always here to learn, but I would ask everyone, who here is a break-even trader or better? Because to me, that seems to be, yeah. Once you get to break-even, personally, I believe it's just about getting the mindset right. And I came across a lot of people that are at break-even, but it's just something that it's keeping them back. And that's the reason why I moved into this, because I've been mentoring people for a good number of years myself. And I actually know people on the call here today from a group where I was actually one of the, what you want to call it, educators in a different group. There's some people on the live today. So Henrik said it did TradingView using AI, but not use robots, etc. Now with that, Henrik will come back to that. So my process, I gave out my process for my natives that I did that in a PDF. Who here does not have that process? Can I ask? Or do you all have it? I'm not sure if Steve has it, because I don't remember Steve or Arnell from before. I think Henrik will have it. I believe Demo, and Rowan will have it. Rowan, could you make sure Arnell gets it, please? And we also have Mr. Wade in the house as well. Welcome, Wade. Yeah. So
Thank you.
My process is really quite simple. Find out what you want. What's your goals? What are you trying to achieve from trading? Are you looking for a monthly income? Are you looking for big lump sums? Are you looking for a regular payout twice a month, weekly? What is it you're trying to achieve? Now, I don't know if anybody's comfortable saying that here in the group, but oil boils down to what you're trying to achieve. Now, if someone in the chat has a monthly income, thank you, that person. You know who you are. So monthly income is one. Once a month is another. So monthly, yes. Now, if the people have been trading for a good number of years, I would assume we're achieving that already. But you might have a passive income. You might have to be doing something with crypto. Personally, I majority of the time stayed away from crypto. I started in Forex, did CFDs, gold, things like that. And I actually prefer trading futures. There's a couple of things you get in futures you don't get in the Forex market. And if people have not considered trading futures, if you don't know what they are, for example, let me just check. Is everybody here traded futures or who has not traded futures? Let's do a little poll. Answer below. Let's answer who's traded futures and who hasn't. Yes, yes. Two things I'll say to you about futures. If you've got the NAS 100, for example, cash for difference CFD, using your typical Forex broker, your spread could be something like, what would the spread be for something like that? Something at this time of the day. Would people say it'd be on a higher side? People are trading.
About 1 pip, Jeff. About 1 pip spread this time of day.
1 pip spread. Thank you very much. For the NAS, you're saying?
Yep.
Yep. So Demo says 1. Yeah. Now,
just under 1 pip.
Yep. And if I'm doing the exact same thing on futures, we're looking at 0.5, 0.35. And that's just one of the giveaways, because one of the reasons why I think it's something to consider. The second reason, and if you haven't traded before, I do encourage you to look into this. So, who here is trading for traditional Forex pairs? Yeah. Let me just check. This man says I'm going to my screen. I'm about to share my screen in a minute. Just kind of get back there. Hi, Dan. Lovely to see you here. So we have people here trading gold, traditional FX, indices here. Okay, so let's actually have a look at indices, gold, and FX. We'll look at, yeah, so I'm just going to share my screen right now, because it's important you understand. So right now, so I'm just on the left-hand side of my watch list is this TradingView. Now, Arnell, do you use TradingView at all? Have you used TradingView before? Yeah, let's go to the top of the bottom anyway. The spread is 6.2, 6.2, 6.3. Let me come down. Let's go to gold. 33, 37, 39. Let's go to Great British Pound US dollar. 1.1. Let's go to NAS 100. Yep. We have, that's a C of 180. I don't know where you're getting one spread, 1 pip from. We're getting 180, whoever that is. I'll change it. Let's go to Forex.
I won't be using that broker then, mate, because when I trade NAS in the afternoon this time, it's about 0.8 pips.
Forex.com, 30 pips. Forex.com. Let's look at Pepperstone. They're a big one. 1.3 pips. Pepperstone is a big. Now they're the biggest Australian company. If anybody knows how many, they are open to people around the world. Yeah. So there's people that said Forex, and there's people that said gold and indices. So thank you very much. So let's say we look at gold there again. Right now, that's sitting at 40, 37.40. Now, if I go to futures for that, yeah, yeah, this is a micro contract that's at 0.1. You're 40 against 0.1. That's the first difference. The next thing I'm going to talk in, I'm going to put in here. I'm going to go back. It's really important you understand the reasons why I do this. So let's just say, for example, let's go to EUR USD. Let's just go to EUR USD. I know what lines on my charts. I don't need them. I don't need any indicators. There we go. So this one is FAXCM. They're one of the lowest, 0.7. Yep. So what I'll now do, I'll just try a couple of others. 1.6, no wonder. Why are they all different? Yep. The price for that one there is 1.08. I go back to the other one. We know the spread difference. And it's 1.085, so it's half of a pip difference. So the price with Forex and different brokers, very often, it's different. Where if you trade futures with the Chicago board, for example, it's the same wherever you are around the world. Now this is oil. Yeah, how many trades oil with this? It's the same price. So I just want to give you that little bit of insight. So again, thank you all for being here. So let's see what we've got. Now, what do you want out of this session? I'll always start off with what do you want? This is all about you today. Yep. Now, in the chats, when we're promoting this, I asked people to share their strategies so we could actually do it live in front of everyone. One person did it. One person. And he's not on actually. That one person, his name, let me just check. Well, let me see if I can find it. Let me just see what we've got here. Lost myself. Thank you, Steve. I've lost myself in everything here. So I'm not going to go away from this screen. I'm going to go to this screen. So there's people been chatting. So let's just. One gentleman gave me a strategy, and I'll tell you what it was. It's on my other. I think it's on my other screen actually. This is a strategy here, which I created AI with it. Yeah. This strategy was based on a 4-hour time frame and a 15-minute time frame. Yep. And I'll show you how I did it. His strategy, not mine. We used a 4-hour time frame and then dropped to a 15. And part of that was, let me just check, 15-minute time frame. He uses 2 different EMAs. One was a 20 and one was an 8. But the 20 EMAs, he used the high and the low. So let me just remove that for a minute. This. So we're just going to look at these here. I'll switch that on there. So that's what he was using. Yeah, so let me see the colors for this. See the colors. So we should be seeing green and red, or we're using these 2 at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to try and get to these 2 by switching this on. You love it when a plan comes to work. I'll do it that way. I'll do it one other way. just 15 minutes. I'll do that one, 4 hours. Yeah, forget that there. It's very different. So you see the different moving averages here. Yep. One was based on the high of the candle, another one was based on the low of the candle. And the strategy was, 4 hour come down to the 15. And when it breaks through, he gave me this in words. We'll go to that there. He then just waits for, does anyone here ever traded with something called an envelope at all? Yep. He waits for this to come down here, stop loss above the high, and you just let it go. And these here are his, based on what I put it into AI to create this. None of this come out of my head. Yep. So that was down to because of that one person handed their strategy in, we've actually got this to do. So he was just waiting from a 4 hour, waiting for what I call the waterfall effect. And he got the waterfall effect. Now, can I ask you, has anybody traded from a higher time frame and dropped down at all? Yep, we have. Yep, there's people here. Yes, we have. So, how would I do that? I went to assembly. Let me just ask you. Well, 15, 5, and 1. Excellent. Has somebody ever traded on the 5 second at all? Because what I did, I took that strategy that was given by that gentleman, and I believed I made it better by trading on a hybrid rather than just full automation, a hybrid. And I'm very happy to share that with you. Very happy indeed. So for those people that love, where are we here? It's on a different screen. That's what I was doing before. Has anyone ever heard? I'll show you the makeup of all these here. Has anyone ever heard of the YM before? Or has anyone heard of the Dow Jones US 30? Yeah, excellent, Steve. Well, the gentleman requested, well, in fact, he said FX pairs, but his preference is Mr. Lyons. His preference is the Dow Jones, the US 30. So since he was good enough to give me that, I just thought I'd build it for him. So this is micro YM. Now this is you could do a micro, you could do an E-mini, whatever. And currently I'm on a 5 second time frame. So that again, a 5 second time frame. But I'm going to build this up. I'm going to show you how I got to there. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the 5 minute. Yeah, you see a similar type thing, an envelope thing. So guess what? When it breaks out the top, guess what you do? You buy. And when it goes down there, guess what you do? You sell. Nothing fancy. I'm not the first person to ever share that. Let me see if I can actually find the AI. Because what I gave it was this. This is a strategy I call the swing boss. Let me actually see if I can find it here. Yep. That is just an indicator. That there. Yeah, that's just an indicator. So guess what I do when it's green? I told it, it's like, this is the trend direction. And I'm only taking buys when only going long, first of all, when this is green. Nothing new there. Yep, nothing new. And this here was the gentleman I'm talking about. That was his strategy, built in the background. So every time it pops his nose above there and it pulls back and it pushes up, I'm taking a buy, I'm taking a buy, I'm taking a buy. This is what we're doing. Why? If it goes white there, we do nothing. We need it to be red. for a sell. Yep, it goes green, we pull back, there's a buy, there's a buy. So this is what we're doing, okay? Any questions on, is that quite straightforward? Reasonably trading with the trend? So let me see if I can actually find that. Can I ask you all a question? Is everyone here really shy today? So I've heard the people that trade are really good-looking people, but I just can't see any faces. You know what I mean? I just really can't see any faces, and it's a shame. Maybe it's just because I'm from Scotland. That's why I'm so good-looking or something. Is that right, Dan? No, let me see what I've got here. I'm actually give you the exact words I gave it if I can find it. I want to give stuff away today. I want you to walk away today with something real. Let me just find it. But here we go. And I'm gonna, if I can grab this. No, it's not showing me it. So anyway, we'll build it live anyway. It's not saved it. Has anybody been on somewhere where your computer crashed before we're doing a live session? That's what happened here. Might be there. No, it's not there. Okay, we'll just have to create one. Come on, guys, speak to me. Someone speak to me. Someone show your face. A bit of interaction. This is for you guys. We don't want to be here. So I'm here giving stuff up. I want to see a bit of input from you guys. I really do.
We're here.
Where? I can't see you. Oh, there we are. Now we will get some handsome faces, Steve. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. Has anybody heard of something called ChatGPT? Just go to ChatGPT and you tell it what you want. Yeah. Simple as that. So I'll give you one in here. So without giving too much away, because I do have a mentoring group and I've got to keep stuff back for them. So let's just say, for example, let's start off with a simple super trend. We'll just say, I won't give away too much, but you are an expert trader. Yeah. Let's create an amazing strategy. So let's, Steve, Nick, since you guys are showing your face, let's do one for you. Since you guys prepared to show your face, thanks, Matt. Let's do something for you. So you walk away what's in your mind with AI. I'm looking for one person just to show you how I did this. So who does trend trading? Who does what do we do? Thank you, Steve. So let's start off with, some people might use a 200 EMA, or you might use something else. What is it you use to trend traders amongst us? We have 3 black crows, white soldier. Excellent. And is that how you do your trend trading round? Steve does a 200 EMA. Yep. So let's just say, let's start off with trend direction. Using 200 EMA. This strategy is for Steve, because Steve put his name forward. So now, yep. Thank you, Steve. Great. So it just gives me information. That's it. That's the trend direction. But there's no entries for that. There's no nothing. We need some filters. We need entries. We need a whole bunch of stuff. So Steve, tell me what else you do. Hi, Nick. Tell me some stuff. So basically, it gave me all this stuff here. It's telling me what to tell it. Right, that's the role, trend direction. Now I've got to determine the entries, the signals. I need to give it signals. Yep. This filters, we're going to give it filters. There's Mr. Demo's in the house again. And someone sticked in a 14 moving average. Same a 14 and a SMA. Is that correct? Did I read that right? On RSI 14. Now, is that RSI the moving average part of the RSI? Because I don't know.
So the indicator at the bottom of NT4, it's
so just an RSI?
It's a 14 RSI, a normal 14 RSI.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Ideally on not on close, but on open high, low close over 4.
Okay. Use a 14 RSI open and use a 70-30 or 60-40 or a 50-50.
70-30.
So overbought and oversold. Is that correct?
Yeah. That OHLC is divided by 4, I think.
Okay,
divided by 4. Backslash 4.
Divided by 4.
In the same window, there's a 14 SMA.
Plus, actually, it's quite good. It does all this stuff. Plus a 14 SMA.
So you're gonna get crosses, aren't you? Of the 14, the SMA going through the RSI going through the SMA.
So is that the alert?
Yeah, the cross. So the final thing is if it's in the same direction as 200 MAA, and you've got a cross of the 14 and then AMA out of an oversold or overbought region, then so long as the candle's gone through the 23 EMA, it's a trade. Does that make any sense?
No, that's perfect. And below 200 EMA, go short. Does that make sense to you? So I'm going to divide it by 4, overbought, oversold, 70-30. When the SMA, we're going to use this. Let's just go with that and see what happens. Yep. And it's going to give me something. Because what I teach people to code without being coders. So you don't actually. So AI does this for you. You just have to give it specific rules. And if you don't write it down wrong, the output. Yeah, so we'll just still producing content, and then we'll read it. So let's go back to this. This is the revised strategy. It's saying let's integrate it. In a minute, it's going to give me some code. In a minute, not yet. So exit strategy. Do we have an exit strategy? How does that look for you, Steve? For long positions, set your stop loss slightly below the 200 or recent swing, but that's a stop loss. Take profit. You can use a risk to reward.
Yeah.
So why don't I just go with what we've got, please?
So go along with the price above the TMA. RSI crosses below 30 and turns back up. Price ideally above the 40. Well, no, the 14 period SMA is in the same window.
Yes, I know it is.
Indicator window.
We probably didn't
no, it's not on the 14 SMA is not on the main chart.
Yeah, okay. So just so you know, you need to remove.
If I can get a picture on, I'll show you.
No, I know what it is, but we have to tell it. If we don't tell it right, it's remove the 14 SMA from the main chart. Is that right?
Yeah, and put it in with the RSI
overlay and put inside the RSI.
So then, when your RSI crosses up, it has to cross that 14 period SMA, and that's your confirmation.
So we're now just double checking. Thank you. This is why we do this.
Yeah, it's not just coming out of oversold. It has to cross that MA that's in the same indicator window.
Yeah. So there's people who spend years learning to code, and using AI is a complete game changer for traders. It allows them to produce strategies and test them constantly. You could spend your whole life creating strategies if you wanted. Get a good one, run it, then look for another one. There's people on MetaTrader that charge $9,000 for an EA. Well, once you get to know the rules, guess what? You can do it yourself. And you can actually do this inside TradingView. You can do it inside Transpire. You can do it inside MetaTrader 4 and 5 as well. So let's just go for this. There's someone else wanting back in. So the 200 EMA, the RSI, the 14 PDS is the signal potential momentum on the upside. When it's below the 30, pushing up. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's good. And then the other one, the 70, good. We've got that. I personally prefer the 50, going above the 50 for a buy from it, but we're all different. And that's the preference.
Yeah, I tend to use that. With experience and just using it, I'll tend to take a conservative entry and wait until it's banged up through the 50.
So let's put it all together. Go long, 200 in tech. Go short, tech. However, how the 14 period is RSI helps. Excellent. So let's create the strategy. Let me see what we've done that there. No, that was the Zoom link. But you got to stroke his ego. So let's create the strategy using Pine version 5. Now, whatever script you want, just write it in at the bottom. Do you want an indicator for MetaTrader 4 or 5? Just ask for the code. Yeah. Okay. So that's. Now let's see. Here's the code there. It starts producing code. And then in a minute, I'll do a summary. So I'm just going to find out where we're at with all my charts. So this is not my strategy. This is yours. Now, remember, AI is still quite young. It's still in its infancy. So sometimes it writes coding mistakes. Yeah. Now, if you're someone here's a coder, you'll probably be spotting them quite soon. So I've copied that. I just click there, copied. Yep. I'm now going to go to TradingView. One I prepared earlier. I'll switch everything off. I'll remove all drawings. Yeah, and I'll just put it to, I don't know. I'll just put it on oil. Yep. There's no other indicators on. There's no other strategies. There's no nothing. So I'll go to Pine script real quick. Because we're adding Pine script. Let me try and get this out of the way. I go to open new strategy. Yeah, so guess what? What are we creating? Are we creating a new strategy? Therefore, we click on use strategy. So let me ask you, Nick, if we're creating a new strategy, what do we click on? New strategy. That's it. New strategy. That's it there. So it's gave us a coding error. So there's two ways through this. You can simply just do that. And if you know how to do code, like there are some people on this call who are coders, they'd be able to look at that and do something with that. But I'm just going to put that into there. Can you see my screen? Here we go. I said error. And then it realizes it made a mistake. And it gives me the better code. Any questions so far, Steve? Sorry, Matt. Apologize.
That's it.
Yep. So I'm using this like a Word document. It's like a trading assistant. It's a trading assistant. So I say, I'm not very good at coding. You know better at me that, but let me be the brains behind the strategy. But sometimes it then actually says, well, let's try this little recommendation. So we're going to go back to here. I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to delete the whole thing. Some people might keep the whole thing, but I just delete the whole thing. You could even do that. Pop it in there. There. I save. And it's going to be another problem. Could not find the function. So guess what? I just copy that again. We're getting good. We're getting there. There's only one problem left according to that. I copy that there. And I say error. Now, Nick, you were on one of these a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Did you find you were doing this?
I had to do that several times. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is indicator. We'll just check in a minute. Now, Rowan is a coder, so he can probably tell by the code looking at it. I can tell it what it is in a minute as well, but let's just go back. It gives a little, it says something there. That's the giveaway. Thank you very much. This is why. I'm looking for a strategy. If you wanted an indicator, that's fine. I'm looking to create a strategy for auto trading in TradingView using version 5. Please, always be nice to it. Please change the script. Yeah, I'll apologize in a minute. Got you. Great. Auto trading strategy. Thank you very much. So we've got version 5. Now it says, see that it says strategy before it said the word indicator. Can anyone here copy and paste? That's all I'm doing. But the knowledge comes from you. Like Steve's been trading for 21 years. For someone like you, learning to trade with AI should be a brief. Once you've been at it, like even a couple of short months, 2-3 months doing something like this, you'll find it. So it's got some other code there for a stop loss. So it's got that there. It's telling me what it is. Can anybody read that there? It's telling me it's version 5 auto trading. Good. And it's giving me some other code for a stop loss optional. Yeah. I'm just going to go with the first one. And hopefully that'll be enough. Now, after we've done this, I'm going to change AIs. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how you can. There's not only one AI. This is one tool of many I use to do the same thing. So just to copy that, paste the new code. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get this. If we don't, okay, it's saved it, so it likes it, Steve. I'll add it to the chart. And it's now created something. It's created a line. Probably nothing else. Yeah, we've got longs there. We've got entries. But where's the exits? So there's a lack of. Okay, so that's what it produced. So I'm going to go down here. It's called strategy tester. I'm going to click that there. I'm going to go back. So it's not working. There's a lack of that. So I'm actually going to go to a different AI. I've got the code. I'm going to go to. I've got some AI tools up here. Let's just go to Deep AI, and I'll just give it some rules. Let's create a strategy together. Let's refine my strategy. I'm showing you different ones, so you can. Come on, Jeff. Pop that in there. It's just a different website, different things, and it's this one you can use unlimited, but it gives you some of the other ones cost money, like $20 a month. This one's free, but you've got to put up with these little pop-ups. So depending on your budget, you can either have free or whatever it is. Let's remove some of these. So here we go here. So what's that? Chat history. It's make some recommendations, and it's giving you the whole code, revised code. Yeah. So for a new strategy, click on new strategy. If you're looking to copy something and paste it, if people are not good with computers, just say them to see the word copy on there. Yeah, that's all you have to do. Hit that word copy, that one there, the code. That's all you have to do. Hit that word, copied. Yeah, so that's me showing you something else. And if it doesn't work this time, I'll show you a different way. So I'm actually going to go to a new strategy because we've got something with this one. So I can use that again. I go open, I go new. It's a bit monotonous at times. Sometimes you might have to do this 20 times. You might recognize these green and red, all these different things. And it's changed the name. Hopefully we'll get something here or add it to the chart. Okay, we have a change. Now this looks like something exciting. So this is probably a version of an RSI on the chart. Let's trading strategy. Has anything been produced? No, nothing produced. So at this point, I then go, hi Wade, how you doing? I'm going to go to one I created earlier. Okay, because I would, it's not by rules, I don't know, it doesn't seem to like, well, you can see there where you would enter. You can quite easily see where you would enter and where you would enter for a buy, but it doesn't seem to like it. So Steve, it's not liking your, or it's not liking what I've typed. It's not liking your rules. It's not liking what I've typed.
Yeah. Like you say, you'd have to keep going back and forth until it...
Back and forward. Let's do one. Let's try another one. Let's just go in there. Let's try something else. Let's go here. I'm just looking to please correct my mistakes in my trading strategy with Pine script version 5. Post. So I've got the code, pop that in there. I've tell it, my mistakes. You're the guru. These guys are the gurus. And it'll tell me what the problems are in a minute. Looks robust. Well done. So the first thing, Steve, it says that's a good idea. Well done. So when you see that, pat in the back, check the volume condition, ensure the volume is checked out, dynamic ATR. Now, you have an ATR, sometimes that can cause problem with the code. But let's just, we've got just produce new code, integrated something. Feel free to modify, but let's just copy. Just want to copy and paste. I don't like the last one, so I'm just going to remove the last version here, actually. I'm just going to go to here. Now, if we can't get this, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to give you one I prepared earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this one, Pine Editor. I'm going to overwrite that strategy there. So that was the last one in. I'm just going to update that strategy. Now, Rowan, do you have anything you would like to say or add or anything?
Yeah, we'll just check it for now.
Yeah.
Maybe we could try other strategy if it doesn't work.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get something. That's this one here. Slightly different for that one. So if it doesn't work, we'll just have to produce something else. Okay. I'm now going to go into my vault where we have some strategies tested and created. Has anybody heard of something called a MACD? Yep.
Yeah.
It's an oscillator. Well, I put together something called a multi-time frame MACD. Yeah, it's a bit more advanced, but it's got a couple of challenges with it. It takes too many trades. I've got to be perfectly honest with you. It just takes too many trades. So the drawdown for that period there, for the last 17 days, has been $146 and produced 3,864. Now that looks great, but there is one drawdown. You have to make sure you put in any slippage or any spread. Now the benefits for the people who trade futures, look at the spread on that. 0.02. Where we use WTI, in the Forex sort of language, it's significant more, 0.01. It jumps between 0.01 and 0.02. Yep. So I'm just going to apply that logic to this, and I'm going to double check. Yep. Let's put 0.0 that there, and I'll put a little bit for slippage. Okay. And I'll change that to 50,000. So I normally trade with 50k account. And there's another question in here. Let's strategy tester, and we'll just see how that goes. So it's a bit more of a drawdown, because I have used commission, and I've also added slippage to it. But 61% profit, percentage of winning trades, I apologize, out of the 94 trades. So that's it there for this month. If you use the 50,000. So I know some people here are using prop firms, so that's the reason why I chose that number. I could change this. I could go back a couple of years, or even 2020 if you like, and I could. So for those people who've used the MetaTrader 4 or 5 backtester, this is the equivalent of what I'm doing. Yeah. So I've got the spread I've got the slippage added. That's that there, and that's that over 4 years. Now, again, if you're using a prop firm, yeah, you wouldn't get all that because you'll be starting from a brand new account and you'd be growing it up. But if you've got your own money, you could allow it to grow. But look at the big key here over time is this figure here. This is the key. Yeah. So what we've done is we've taken the MACD, yeah, and we've said, right, what's good about it? What's bad about it? Now, what's a MACD's normal settings? 12, 26, 9. That's normally what it 12, 20. So we've looked at that. We've added other factors. We've played about with the stop loss. We've played about with the risk to reward and other things. And I'll show you a couple of. I'll test a few different ones for you. But just to let you know, the style is a stop loss. This shows signals. So that these here, if I switch these off and that off, they should disappear if I've got it right. Oh well, it's not. Oh well, there you go. I'll put that one there then. That one there. Yep, got my stop loss. Inputs. So I've optimized this. I've got a cross. Yep. I'm using 1.2, but for a 13 risk stop loss for a 1 to 2. That's way too many. Yep. The biggest factor here is not this. This is the biggest factor. And play with this. I'm going to add one more thing. So I encourage people to do hybrid. I encourage people to do a hybrid of not just auto trade. So use what you would normally do if you're trading manually. If you like to use like a baseline or an EMA, so I'll show you something here, something called a 30-minute trader, for example. 30-minute trader direction. And I'm on a 50-minute, so I'll put this to the hour. The multi, so I use, and this here will tell me when I'm looking for, and I'll put this for an hour down here. There's a little trade inside the 30-minute. I could play about, let me put that to a 200, but it makes a difference. So that's 200 SMA there. So when it goes white, green means buy, right? So I'm only looking for sales. Did that make sense? So what you would do is rather than taking the buy, you would close the trade because it's telling you it's a long, close the trade, do nothing, and then you're only taking the sells. That's using a hybrid version. Yeah. I've just got a color background to make it easier if the people. Yeah, there's lots of tools that do things like this. So, but when you see this here, this is a 200. Forget the color, just a 200. Just take these, do a hybrid. Yeah. So you get the alert based on the rules, mechanical, it's rule based. Or if you want, in the morning, you go to the strategy and you say, only take sells. And you have an alert for when this tier turns into an uptrend. So you tell the strategy it's only sells. Does that make sense? And when you get a separate alert for going buy, you flip into it and you say, go long. Then you only take the buys. Questions on that so far? So who would like their charts to look like mine? Excellent. Thank you very much. Thanks. So let's carry on. So we've got that body of knowledge. We've got that there. Yeah. Hi, Dan. Oh, I never miss you, Dan. I hope you're well. Mr. Dan's a character. He's also a Celt like myself, but he's like myself. He likes traveling different parts of the world. So where are you all guys from anyway? Reverend's from the Philippines. Wade's from one of the most beautiful places in America, Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa Beach.
Woo! Steve, what about yourself? Where are you from? And Mr. Matt. Oh, Yorkshire. Is it true that when Yorkshire people go on holiday, they take their tea bags with them? Is it, or not?
I've never took mine, but I'm more of a coffee drinker.
Okay.
But I know plenty of people who have.
Yeah. But people tell me it doesn't taste the same because the water's different. That's what it's.
That's right.
Yeah. Matt, what about yourself? Where are you from?
I'm in the U.S., state of Georgia.
Lovely. Yeah, I was in Atlanta a few years ago. Loved it there. Absolutely beautiful.
We got a big election coming up. I know that.
Yeah, you certainly have. All the eyes are on yourselves. Henry, where are you from? I know where you're from, but tell the world where you're from.
Well, actually, I'm in Belgium, but I'm Danish and normally living in Denmark.
Oh. So question for you guys. So I'm going to stop it there. Let's take a time out. I've shown you how to build something. Well, I've got a few corrections. I've shown you how to manipulate the code, not trusting the settings we've been told for all these years, because nobody cares more about your money than you. So test it out. Put it one up, put it one down. Use big numbers, use small numbers, change everything. Go for 1 to 10 trades. Go for, I don't know, go to 0.8 risk to reward. Do everything against what you've been told. Create something that's unique for you. I've had people mentored me in the past. I had multiple funded accounts, used to go for 0.1%. 1/10. I'm like, really? 0.1%. That was a fear-based thing. I've had people that want to go for every trade must be a 3-to-1 risk to reward in his favor, because he knows if he gets one of them and he doesn't mind getting a bit of a loss. So in fact, it was a gentleman who that strategy at the start came from him. He's a Dow Jones guy, loves Dow Jones, loves his 3-to-1s, and he goes for it. Dan, yourself, tell us a little bit about how you would like to trade.
I'd like to get back on the 4-hour trading. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of scalping and setting my trades up on the 30 minutes and the 15, and then I'll watch it on the 5 or the 3. But I'm only sticking to 2 charts. I've got gold and I've got crude oil. That's all I watch.
Now, what is it about gold and crude oil that, not been funny, but these numbers are sensational, aren't they? It's just a fancy MACD we call the Big Mac. That's all it is. As long as I put my settings on the other day there, and it ate me up. I've got to be perfect, but that was on silver, just to be perfectly honest with you. So every minute it was entering the trade. So there was commissions out every minute. So I basically had to pull it. Just so you know. Real quick. So what I want to know is just show you one more thing you can do with this. Because this is great, but what's the promises about AI? What are some of the promises? Look at that there. You're only taken. We've not did this. It's produced this. Yeah. For me, I think there's too many trades, and we're working on this. What are some of the promises? What does AI? What does artificial intelligence? What does machine learning? What does it gives you data? Do you not think it gives you data, which you wouldn't necessarily have? And here's one I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to go into that strategy, that one right there. I'm going to just copy and paste that. Yep, this one here with these results here. I'm going to put that into the AI and I'll say, please give me feedback. Just ask for feedback, whether it be this one or this one. As you are an expert trader with extensive knowledge of the markets and a deep understanding of maths, money, profit, loss, percentages. What else? Everything related to trading. Please give me feedback on the Big Mac strategy. That sound pretty good? I don't know if it's any good, so I just put some numbers in. I do that, and it goes away. And this is what nobody tells you. You're about to see some magic. Well, I believe it's magic. Because this saves you. I want you to imagine you go to MetaTrader, you go to these websites, buy this one for $200, $5,000, $9,000. The people in my mentoring program can create unlimited amount of these as they want. And it gives you data, much more data than you'll get in a MetaTrader site. Much, much more data. Yeah. And it comes up with a conclusion. Yeah. And I could go in deeper, but MACD demonstrates a well-constructed approach to strong performance metrics. The minor adjustments, it's recommending minor adjustments. Please, what these minor adjustments are. I have no idea. It's going to tell me. Oh my God. So inside TradingView, it's got all this stuff. It's got all this stuff. It tells you all this. This one can't give us a Jeff score. Reviewing. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Okay, I can have a look at that. Commission. Review the negotiated with brokers. So it's saying basically, potentially my commissions are too high. Unfortunately, that's what they are. Yeah, that's just what they are. Position sizing. Consider that. Perhaps changing that so I could optimize that. Consider develop the strategy across different assets. So rather than just using oil, perhaps use it on something like silver, gold. Use guys like CFDs, Forex. I don't know. Diversify it. Trade duration. So it's telling me a few different things. It's amazing it is. So maybe I'm holding it too long or too short. Regularly backtest. So it's telling me what to do. So this strategy, once it's performing well, and it is, There's still a few glitches in it, I've got to be honest with you. What you then do, 1 month performs well. And then you change the sequence of your back testing. Yep. And just take into account seasonalities, because guess what happens? You know, we're coming up to Christmas. The whole market changes. So you've got to consider these things. Start potentially using a rather than a trending strategy, perhaps using one a consolidation strategy. Just small movements. Stressed. Would anyone here like to get this data for their trading strategies? I don't know about you, but when I first started looking at this, I thought it'd be really good. The conclusion: if I do what it says, can it refine the big C, enhance the robustness? Well, that's the key word, the robustness. Improve the overall performance. Reviewing, adapting. Yeah. Now, let me try one little thing in here. I don't think it can. I don't think it can. Jeff's score. Give me a. For this data, probably too much data, and yeah, I've used it all out. So I've created a scoring system. Basically, take all the data out of 10, and it gives you a number. So it takes all the metrics, everything it says. It gives you all the metrics, and applied a few others, and I created a score, and I'm trying to get as close as 10 as possible. And this one's not perfect, but that's a thing it can do. So now I'm going to take a time out there. Any questions? Okay, so let me just look at one other one. I'll give you one that's inside TradingView. Here's a free one. Okay, so
I believe you are on mute.
yep. Henrik, the wonderful thing about this here, right? This background color changes, but this doesn't change. Yeah. So here we are only taking cells. Doesn't matter what the color is. Yep. We're only taking cells based on we're being underneath this baseline. And we're only so we would not be taking this cell. Yeah. So he asked a question about repainting. So yes, we're only taking these buys. There'd be your exit, and it tells you get in there. So looking upon this, I'll show you a couple other ones in a minute. The same account. It's maybe not quite as good. Well, that's really good though. But again, you've got to be careful with wrinkles. They have a little but funny way of showing sometimes. Let's do one more strategy. Another one here. I'm actually going to show you what this is. I'm going to change the time frame to 45-minute, normal candles. This is a mixture. Somebody heard of the Hull moving average?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a mix of the Hull moving average and Ichimoku cloud. So in the Ichimoku cloud, I've taken one line. That's all I've taken from the Ichimoku cloud. That's it. I've removed the rest. Yep. Normal candles, 45-minute time frame. If you go down to the lower time frames, it falls apart. Yeah. So you have to remember that. So you optimize, you test specific pairs, specific time frames. So we'll get this here. Somebody asked me today, why do I back test for so long? Because I want to make sure the strategy is good, not just in the short time, robust over a longer period. Somebody wanting in. Yeah, it's a bit late, the gentleman, but I'm just urge, I apologise. Matt, thank you very much. And let me know if you want your charts to look like mine, Matt. Okay, great seeing you. It's obviously a problem with that. It's not working correctly. Maybe it's too long or something, I don't know. Let me just do a refresh. And we'll see who's in the room. Hi, Ron, how you doing? Good to see you here. Now, Ron, just let you know, everyone's been singing. We've had Henrik from Denmark, we've Rev from the Philippines, Nick from London, Rob from Bristol. And it's your turn to sing next, Ron. You're the only person that's not been singing today. So where are you from, and give us one of your songs. He's hiding. I'm only joking, Ron, just so you know. So, Ron, you missed the most of it, just so you know. But that's the results we're getting. That's on a 15. Now, I wanted to show one other one on a 5-second time frame. One I created earlier today, live in front of my group. Was it here? No, it wasn't. It was on the other screen, I think. Yeah, this one here. It's the last thing I'm going to do. So I'm on the 5-second time frame. 5 seconds. Really? Yeah, 5 seconds. Right. I've got too much on. This here, we're only taking buys when it's above this or above this screen. This is like an envelope. This is the one I created for that gentleman who handed his strategy in. He said, Jeff, could you please create that there? So we're only taking the buys. I've got it switched off at the moment. This was his strategy here. I'll move it. I'll switch off everything else. We'll switch off everything else. This was his strategy here. Yep, below there, taking this. I don't know why it's a buying there, but that's what the code come out. Taken there. This is a 5 second. I don't know. I never optimized it. That's out the box. Doesn't look good. But then you play. But by adding different rules, one more rule, that could do really, really well. Just by adding on, I don't know, let me just check one, just type in a moving average. Now that would bring down the, this here would bring down the number of trades, but what it would do, let's go back to the 200 again. Let's make that a bit, what there. So underneath here, we're only taking sells, and then you could manipulate the risk to reward. Yep, it's what he liked was 30 pips for 100. That was his thing. Yep, only take these sells. And above here, only take the buys. So as it breaks above there, only take the buys. So I'd encourage you to have a baseline, have a trend direction. Yep, have something like this. Let me do one other thing, switch that off. And here's something else I created today. We'll switch that off. This is the exact same thing. And this is the 5 second. It doesn't matter what the time frame is. Once it breaks below there, you're taking the sell. Yeah, And you can build in whatever, there's no exit or entry. This is the 5 second. You can exit there. Yes, obviously it's in a downtrend. You put on the 200 or whatever number. Once it breaks below there, you're back in the trade again. It's the 5 second, just every trade starts on a 1 minute or a 1 second. This the first candle. If I put on a normal MACD without any optimization, it falls apart. So for the people that do like just using one thing, I'm encourage you to look at other things. So let's look at the swing boss strategy. This one here. Forget that for just now. It's again what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you to use a hybrid where it only takes sales here, where it says sell. We've had that. And you would exit and then you go back in. It's not built for the 5 minute second. But according to that, you would get all the trade all the way to there. And the rules currently are, it's only buy there and you stay in the trade all the way to up there. Now, how long were these in total? From there to there. How many minutes, seconds? 21 minutes in total. Because it was a 5 second chart. I'm not suggesting you trade on a 5 second, but once I actually do like trading on a 15 second, just so you know. I've traded live in the group in 15 seconds. And the wonderful thing, once you got this all set up, it makes no difference. It's all about the set of rules you give. Yeah, and for those people that say it's great after the fact, in hindsight, but it's the rules you give it. There's the rules. So I'm going to stop there. Questions, learnings, or discoveries from today's session? Sorry you missed the majority of it, Ron. Now, Nick, I know you've been playing about with it. It's just something you've got to keep doing. Try using the words differently. Try typing into it things like, in fact, Rob's best at this. He says, what's the best way to ask you this question? I don't know how to ask the question. I don't know how to present the information. How would I ask this? Because it might speak a different language to you. You know, not just because you're from London, but, you know, financial logic.
I was thinking the AI only understands Scottish.
Well, it probably is. Yeah. So, Rowan, I appreciate being here. I'm just going to answer a couple of questions and I'm going to go because it's good seeing some handsome faces. We've got a few shy people on it. I do understand that. But I do like to see the handsome faces. And where's the women? I've had one apologize from, there was a lady. Yeah. So just 2 more minutes. Rob, what do you think of the trading with AI? You're in a mentoring program. What do you think of it?
Well, obviously, it's the future, isn't it? I mean, you're digging out all sorts of information that wasn't accessible to us before. I mean, having that information is priceless. And what's it costing?
Yeah, the data we can get, as you say, that information, Rob, is priceless. Before this, we were like, well, there's the 200 there. How often does that actually work? How often do people give up on the strategies? They think they've got a great strategy, and then they've had a couple of bad wins, then they give up on it, but it's such a good trading strategy.
Well, you wouldn't know if a strategy was good or not, would you? But now you've got information that explains to you exactly what it is. And
it confirms your rules, you said. And as Steve previously said, the 14-year SMA is not part of the overlay. It's actually part of the RSI. So he spotted that and we adjusted it, just as a little coding error. I'll get that working for you, Steve, and I'll send it over because you've been so kind to give us that. Appreciate that. I'll get that working for you.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So when people come forward, what's that say? how about having a Facebook group that we can share all scripts? I actually have a Facebook group where we share all scripts. I have that. It's called the Inner Circle Trade People. We share every single day in our mentoring live chat. Absolutely. We have that already. And it's not just me. What I've done is I went into my library and I've given everything away. And here's the truth, Henrik. My strategies have been becoming significantly better since giving them away. Because before I was just one person, but we have the group mind.
Yeah.
They see things I don't see. We have people in the group that are coders. We have people in the group, expert mathematicians. We have people that can look at, we have people in the group that can look at a chart, not know any of the code, can take a copy of it and replicate it from a picture. Because we've trained our AI to do this. Isn't that right, Rob?
Yeah.
We've came across strategies, people are charging $1,300 in TradingView, replicate it with this another group called QuantView charging $6,500 for their indicators. Well, guess what? We can do the exact same thing with them. Yes, they're not the exact same, but we can do it using AI. And I'm not the expert at that. Rob's the expert at that in the group. He's taken it to a different level. Yeah. Do you mind sharing the group's URL? It's a Facebook group. Let me just check. I'll share you. Oh, sorry. Just give us a minute. I'll do that right now.
Nice to see you again, Nick. How are you doing?
Yeah, not so bad, mate.
Good.
Getting by day. Getting a bit back up there from where I was.
Yeah, that's it there. It's my private inner circle mentoring. I'll just, it's invite only. I'll just pop that in there. We are, I'll apologize. I'll pop that into the group since you asked. Chat. There's the chat. There we go. Got that there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I've got to be honest. It's for the paying members, and they get. It's also we have a live chat as well. We do have a live chat, but I'm not here to sell anything. Yes, I do have a payment thing people do, but I'm here to promote our service, but also to help people. Because I know Nick from last week went away. I held another one of these. He went away and he's already trying it.
Yeah, but I had a bit of a battle with it.
Yeah. Hey, look, that's why we have a mentoring program to help people's hands along the way.
You're not going to learn. You're not going to learn this in one lesson. That's for sure.
No,
I was just going to say, like, you get it right, and it can help take the stress out of trading. So
the biggest thing I would say is removing is not all the emotion, but a significant part of the emotion. It's like taking a step back. Learn to reduce your risk. Learn what you really need from the market. Yeah. Some people said they're looking for a monthly. Yeah. So based on that, just focus on the numbers. Some people say, or someone said on a previous session, I want to make 30% monthly. Was it 30% monthly? And I'm like, well, if the top hedge fund in the world makes 62% annually, you're in the wrong job if you can do 30% monthly, month on, out.
Ain't gonna happen.
No. Yeah. I would encourage you to. I don't know what people's size of accounts or doing prop firms. Don't go for the big wins. Risk management, test things out. Like, for example, it might be if people are doing prop firms, depending on the size, go for 2% a month, 3% a month. If that's enough to live off. If it's not enough to live off, get another one. So you're risking less. It's just an idea. Just an idea. I don't tell you how to trade. Especially Steve's been trading 21 years. Respect to you, Steve. You should be here. You should be here. The only thing you don't have is maybe the technology. Look,
yeah, I've not bothered with AI before, but it's been on my mind for the last 18 months.
Yeah, I have to be honest. It's moving at such a fast rate now, AI. If we don't jump on sooner than later, we're going to be. It's like another language. Yet you'll be you're so far behind the language of the AI. It's like when you first learn to trade, it's a different language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Round's a quiet guy. He is a coder, and he's in a mentoring group as well. And it's a privilege to have him in the group. He can do all this stuff himself without the AI. But what it does is it gives him his data he would not be able to get without it, even as a coder. And it's the data.
It will take a lot of time if I do it by hand.
Yes, absolutely, an awful lot of time. So I want you to imagine you've got the best strategy in the world. And then you think about the best strategy in the world. And then you put it through the system. Then all of a sudden you think you get a wake-up call. I've got to be honest, you get a wake-up call. And then by following, it's a process of back testing, doing a walk forward, doing various types of walk forward, future incubating this, rather than saying that's a great strategy, incubating it on either paper or demo for a month, 3 months, whatever long you can do it. Once it passes through incubation, it's got the tick, then release it. But it's important we just don't jump straight in. If we let's say we go to YouTube or we go on a course or even here, you don't just trust what I say. Do your own testing. So let's say you all join the Inner Circle mentoring group. Nobody cares more about your money than you. Yep. So back test, demo, paper trade, everything, please.
Well, they would be able to do what we do. Go to MetaTrader 5, look at a script that somebody's got on there, copy the script and see how rubbish it is, and they're charging $3,000 for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
with 20% drawdown. You're like, sorry?
Yeah. Yeah, incredible. I mean, it was if that in itself was an eye opener to all of us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you were business orientated, I don't know, you probably all are, and quite smart with all this affiliate or website stuff, you could create your own website. You could probably create 20 of these over a space of a month. And I know you're an affiliate marketer and that you've doing all good. There's websites out there. There's a website I found the other day, $6,500 to charge for about 6 indicators. I'm like, and they just put the word quant in front of the website. Just by using, because they know what they're talking about, these quants. At the end of the day, they've went through this. They're just further ahead than you are with AI. That's all it is. Yeah. I'm just further ahead than you AI, but Steve's further ahead than me in trading. A lot of respect. I know I say a lot of time, but it's the ups and downs, the heartaches, we've all been through it. Now, can I ask you some honest questions? I'm going to go because I'm actually a salsa dancer, and it's my one night a week Friday because I'm in Thailand. It's near 5 to 9 for me in Thailand. I'm just about to go. Would anyone like to get access to this type of data on a regular basis?
Yeah, I think we all would.
Yeah, well,
if we're honest, I think we all would. Yeah.
Yeah, because the data doesn't come from me. I just show people how to get the data. And if I'm being honest, I would say send me the info, please. Yeah, well, Steve, I'll certainly do that. I wish so. If anybody wants to replay, just send me a private message. If everybody's got my Facebook Messenger, And once it's downloaded, it'll probably be tomorrow. I'll send it out because it's my Friday night out. And I'll look it all. And you know what happens when you go salsa dancing, Rob? You know,
Sorry?
You know what happens when we go salsa dancing?
Oh, yeah,
Is that a great story? Yeah. So let me thank everyone for being here. Rowan, first to you. Henrik, thank you for participating and mentioning your points about repainting and things. I'm glad you brought up. That's why we have that trend direction. It's really important. Ron, you'll get the replay as well. Thank you. Steve, for participating. I'll get that strategy working for you and I'll send you the code over because you were good enough to participate, so you get it. Nick, thank you very much. Great to see you here. Mr. Goldfinger. And the guy, Rob, who makes it all happen, this guy here, he's not a coder. We've trained our system to just look at strategies. He just takes it, copies it, and asks a couple of questions, and it produces this amazing code. And the strategy is working at the moment. What was the percentage? What numbers were we looking at? 200, 300,000?
Yeah.
He's been working on
a Renko one,
yeah. That's the one we're talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very basic strategy. Just very basic. Anyway, that's enough.
Nice to see you again, Nick.
I hope
you, mate.
Value from this.
See you guys.
I will be doing another one probably in a week's time. I was just going to keep these going so you can get some data. You can test things out for yourself. You know anyone else who might want to have a look at this? I appreciate that. Bye for now. Take care.
Bye, guys.